dingo. She lives here with her sister Amber. Now, a lot of people are surprised to hear that dingoes aren't actually a species of dog. Some scientists suggest they're a species all on their own, but most actually believe they're a subspecies of wolf. So just like a wolf, their ears are permanently standing upright and have a big bushy tail. Also like a wolf, they prefer to howl rather than bark. So howling is a much more effective form of communication, travels a lot further in distance, and being a wolf, they are a pack animal. So it is important they can communicate over those little. All family members related in one way or another, and the packs are dominated by a monogamous breeding pair. So one pair does all of the breeding, and everyone else in the pack will help to raise and protect the young. And they are what's known as an apex predator, which means they are top of the food chain. They're quite capable of hunting prey, and because of that they are extremely important to the biodiversity of our ecosystem. They've been shown to keep it nice and balanced by helping to control kangaroo and wallaby numbers, but they can also outcompete foxes and cats. Fortunately, not everybody understands the importance that dingoes play. Farmers are allowed to shoot, bait and trap dingoes on their property. They see them as a pest and a threat to their livestock. However, the biggest threat of all is actually hybridization. You can tell just by looking at it here. Intelligent animals. Touch. Touch. Good girl. Sit. Cinda, sit. Drop. Roll. Roll. Oh, cheeky girl. Touch. Sit. Drop. So we have to make sure this show is different every day. You're not listening today? That's okay. So coming out and doing this show is really important enrichment for them. Now for those of you with your cameras, get them nice and ready because she does like to end the show with a few looks at the audience. Ready? Look. It's very difficult to teach an animal to look away from their food. Look. It takes a lot of time and effort, but we will tell you our secret. It is peanut butter. That is what is in this syringe right now. Good girl. If everybody percent, look. Good girl. Ready? Look. Alright, I think she's done an amazing job, and please give her a very big round of applause. She, as I say, she can predict it. You're going to come down? So now what you may or may not have noticed as Charlie was flying was you was born here at the park. So Charlie is actually the Aboriginal word for barn. So Charlie here being a barn owl is a type of hearing owl. So they're characterised by that on the tips of their feathers that enable them to fly without you hearing a single wing beat. Okay, structures such as barns and sheds, pretty much any window sills and high-rise buildings, but rock faces are pretty good as well. They have very weak feet. They're just used to perch on, and their beak is also very weak as well, because they are insectivores, so mostly crickets and moths are their favourite meal. Now, what is really special about tawny frogmouths is their amazing camouflage. It's not hard to see, but just by looking at Charlie here, the slightest bit of threat or danger, all he has to do is slip back those feathers, look up at the sky, and close his eyes, and he just looks like a broken tree branch. It's very, very impressive. A lot of people have them in their backyards and don't even realise. Now I'm going to pop them over. Their face bite is actually getting hit by cars. So because they mostly eat insects, they are attracted to artificial light, such as people's porch lights, but also the headlights of cars, which can obviously cause mortality. But even though their population is quite stable, that isn't the case for all of our other native Australian animals. So here at Ringlet Sanctuary, we're part of a number of breeding programs to help our endangered species. So we are the stud keepers for the spot-tailed quoll. We have 2 breeding pairs of bushstone curlews along the Wallaby Walk, and the program we're most proud of is for the orange-bellied parrot. So this is a small parrot species that migrates from the southeast coast of Australia to the very southern tip of Tasmania. So last breeding season they counted all of the individuals in the wild, and there was less than 50. Breeding season just been, they counted again, and unfortunately less than 14 of original wild population stand. And the rest is made up of captive bred. So we have not only been successful in breeding our orange-bellied parrots, but we also have released them back into the wild to help build up to not only the wild population, but also the genetics within it. So we would like to personally thank you all for coming. You guys coming in today puts money straight back into our breeding program, so we do really appreciate that. But that does conclude our show for today, guys. Thank you all for coming. We will rest of the park. However, in the meantime, Charlie and I are going to hang out here. I've got some nice little snacks for him. So you guys are welcome to come up nice and close, get some good photos of Charlie. Even if you like, you can get a selfie. You just can't touch him. He doesn't like hands. But yeah, you can get nice and close for a photo and enjoy the rest of the park. Thank you for coming.
Hello.
If it was an owl, probably be a bit more worried, but yeah, these guys mostly eat insects. Boy.
Maybe they
You guys don't have any other questions?
I think so.
Yeah, mixed vegetables. Disgusting.